Yeah, good morning, Bang Manuel. I've been watching this prison thing with Terry Ellis, and it's like really, it's not a Disney thing, and it's like a Disney comedy. It's a joke. Loads of people on my podcast, and loads of people on YouTube that must uh, have heard of a channel called LADBIBLE. LADBIBLE is a fantastic channel that gets right into people and gets them to talk about their lives. Yeah. And it's quite upsetting sometimes about what people talk about. And a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, done a podcast about a week ago, I suppose, and it really got to me. Yeah, it upset me because it's part of my life as well. Yeah, and people should really get into this podcast, this Lad Bible podcast, and listen to it. This is what prison was about. Yeah, and let me also explain to you. Yeah, that when you get caught for whatever you do, and you go to court, and the judge he sentences you to a sentence, say 22 years, a life sentence. That sentence he sentenced you to is your punishment for what you did. Is that is your punishment? It's not about being punished once you get in prison. The punishment he give you, 20 odd years, is your punishment. 10 years, 3 years, or whatever he gives you is your punishment for what you did. Everybody agree with that, yeah? But not to be punished while you're in prison. And why I'm upset about this prison video film or whatever they're doing, series they're doing on whatever channel it is, Channel 4 or wherever it is, yeah? And it makes me laugh because and I feel to myself, this is a comedy act. This is a comedy. It's not prison. It's not prison. It may be prison now because it's so laxed, yeah? But I'm on about prison. I'm on about something that is so severe, that's so wrong that people are just about to survive. I'm one of them people that just about survives because I'm strong, yeah? And the guy I'm going to talk about now is a guy called John Massey. John Massey has gone through so much, so much. I want you. You must get into this lad Bible, yeah. John Massey, yeah. And I'm telling you, it's something that maybe even make you cry. It make you gut. It make you. It make people. Listen, there's not many people today alive that have gone through what me and John have gone through. John Massey. There's not many people. You got Terry Ellis. He wasn't in a real prison. Wherever he come from is a joke. Yeah, it's all a joke. But he's trying his hardest to show people what it's about. But it's not that. It's not prison. That is prison now, where human rights and that is involved. In our days, you had no such thing as human rights. Yeah. And when he talks about the way they buckled him up, yeah, and they dragged him down the stairs to the block, and he hit every stair with his head. That's it's just crazy, man. I remember being down the block maybe 10, 20 times when I was on my 1074, when I was on my move, yeah. And it wasn't my head that he used to hit the steps, it was my feet, yeah. Your feet hits every step, smash your feet to pieces. They run down the stairs so fast. What gives them the rights, screws, yeah, prison officers, to do the things they do? To do the things they do. There's no, I shouldn't think there's many prison officers alive today that have seen prison like that, yeah. In our days, it was MPs. It was MPs from the war and from who worked in prisons, war camps, and so they treat everybody the same as what they would do prisoners of war. And you're treated like a pig. You're treated like an animal. Yeah, you would not believe what goes on. Please, I ask you nicely, yeah, and I beg you in a way, yeah, to watch John Massey. John Massey's podcast on LADBIBLE, because the best one, it's the best one that I've ever heard, coming from someone that had been hurt, ripped to pieces, yeah, ripped to pieces inside, yeah. That man is so powerful and so strong when he talks about when he went for parole after so many years. He was 22 when he went in prison, and he come out at 70 years of age, 70 odd years of age. He's the longest serving prisoner in England. Don't talk about what's his name? I don't know his name. I get, you know, you talk about the other fella, or whatever he is. Somebody tell me what his name is. The guy that just not got back for his parole, with a bald head and all this, that, and the other. He isn't a lot. He was put down. He went down the unit because of John Massey. Because of John Massey and the way he was, they put him down the unit because they was going to kill him, because he was a liberty taker that couldn't be taking no more liberties. So he went down the seg and stayed down there because he wasn't able to come up because they would have killed him. Yeah. John Massey, when he talked to me about when he went to the parole board, he's been to the parole board for parole loads of times, and he couldn't make out why he was getting knockbacks all the time. So he thought to himself, he see his record, yeah? He see a prison record that someone showed him, probation officer or someone in prison, he's offender manager, showed him a thing, and on the front of it, it had a picture of him when he first got nicked at 22 years of age. And he looked young and he looked crisp and everything. So they're not looking at him like that. They're looking at him, what's in his record, even though he's an old man, yeah? So he decided to grow a beard. And he thought, if I let them see that I'm now an old man and I can't do no harm to anybody, they might let me out. And they did. He grew a beard. He looked like the man. He looked like a defeated man. And he got out. And when you see the LADBIBLE and you see John Massey sitting on the chair, yeah, you'll see that when he talks, his hands are always together and he's always mucking about with his fingers and his hands. Nerves. The nerves that he got, never knowing when the door is going to slam open, never knowing when they're going to come and get him and bash him up and take him down the block and bits and pieces like that. People like us, yeah, people like me and John Massey have gone through all that. We've gone through them times where it's dark and dingy, the cells. No light in the cells. The light, the dingy, everything's dark, everything's filthy dirty. Not like it is, like when you look at it on this comedy prison thing, what's on now with Terry Ellis. It's an absolute joke. That is an absolute joke, but it is prison now. You know, in my times and John's times, you wasn't allowed to sleep on your bed. Even though your bed was a filthy, dirty place to be, you wasn't even allowed to lie on it. Everything was boxed up at the end of the bed. You could not get on your bed until the time they told you to get on your bed. And your lights out would be 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, come around, click, click, click. No lights inside. Lights inside, you're mad. No lights inside your cell, mate. It's all outside, click, click. And they always had a thing about the truncheon, yeah? They had truncheons, yeah, and they used to come out and bang your doors with a truncheon. Bang, 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 bang. And in the morning, that's what they do. Maybe to be funny, you get the funny screws that work on nights. They come round and turn everybody's light on at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. What are you going to do about it? Bashing the door with the truncheons, the people they don't like. And you get up in the morning, mate, in them days, the safest place to be in prison in them days is in your cell. That is the safest place to be. Because as soon as that cell door opens, that's the danger. That's the danger, not of other cons, not of other cons, because in them days, convicts were convicts, yeah? In them days, it was everyone stuck together, and it wasn't like it is now, stupid drugs and silly things like that, and silly, stupid things, putting mobile phones at their backside, and all them sorts of things, and having mobile phones, having a home from a home. That's all it is, really. You know, a home from a home. They've got everything they want, and they're like kids. It's like a kids thing. You watch it on telly. It's like a child. I've never seen anything like it. It's like kids. It's mad. He went into the approved schools. He went into everything that you should possibly go for, from one stage right to the other, like we've all done. Telling you about when you go into these approved schools and all them sort of places, how they can abuse you, how they abuse you physically, sexually, and it's allowed. It goes on because it's let it go on. Most of us old timers, right, who have been in prison for a long time of our life, yeah, and have been abused, sexually abused, turn out to be physical nutcases. It isn't our fault. It isn't our fault. It's the way we've been abused. We're not only being abused outside, we've been abused when we get in prison. Not sexually, but physically and mentally. Imagine being dragged, like John said, being dragged by his feet, bump, 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 down 20 stairs, going to the block, chucking you in there, smashing you to pieces with big truncheons and a mattress so you can't help yourself. Imagine that. In a dark, dingy cell, no lights, dingy cell, with the lights outside. They don't turn it on, you can't see nothing. You have to wee on the floor, you have to pee on the floor, you have to poo on the floor. There's no pots. And if it is, it's full up from the last person that was in there. The pot is brown, inside brown, where it's never been flushed out, yeah? The peas let to be dried in there, and it stinks like no stink you could ever imagine. And the cell smells of poo, and you're chucked in that cell, and you're thrown on the floor, and you haven't got a mattress. There's no mattress. You've got a concrete base that could be 2 inches tall, and that's you. My phone's gonna go off in a minute, yeah, because my phone's full again with other things. But I just want to say to you, yeah, please, John Massey, LADBIBLE, watch it, yeah? Watch it and then give me your comments. Don't give me your comments now. Give me your comments after you watch John Massey, and then let me know what you're saying, yeah? Because John Massey, his podcast is the best podcast I've ever heard. And you're the nerves in him as he's talking. Imagine that kid was given a life sentence for something that he shouldn't have got a life sentence for. He didn't realise. No one explained to him anything. Young man, mate. Young man. And people out there, I like Terry Ellis. I like him. He goes over the top with lots of things, but I like him, yeah? But them people, Terry Ellis, me, John Massey, people like us should be allowed to make a proper film about prison, how it was nowadays. The reason they won't let you do it is because they can't. It's people would go, wow, why? How did that ever happen? Why was that allowed to happen? Why was it that you had a visit once a month or once every 2 months, if you're lucky, and your visits was not, your letters didn't go out, VOs didn't go out, you had no phone, you had no way of getting contact. You lived in a cell, was like a pigsty. Why was all that allowed? Why was it allowed that when you come for reception, you pick up all your stuff, and you pick up your bedding, yeah? The sheets, your blankets and them things, it's all in a big roll and it's chucked in a big heap, maybe 20 foot high, chucked in a big heap, and you've got to take your bedspreads and bedding out of there, yeah? And it stinks. You can imagine it's all together, and someone had just come out of that cell that day or the next day has rolled it up, put it in there, and he's more likely been playing with himself all night, maybe laying naked, all the poo over that bedspread or whatever. You're bedding, and then you're rolling, and then you are getting it and taking it to your cell and putting it on your bed. Filthy, dirty, stinks of poo. Our people, more people never died in prison at them times. I don't know. I really don't know. Prison's gone up 110%. It's no longer dirty like it was. It's clean. You look at prison now, it's spotless because of the human rights. In our days, it was absolutely filthy. The cells were filthy. Outside the landings were slate, black slate. And you have people, convicts, only too pleased to get out of the cell, scrub that plaques and black slates, scrub them, and put boot polish on the black slate. Boot polish on the black slate every morning. And go down to the landings, down the ones, hands and knees, scrubbing brush, nothing under your knees, a cloth and a scrubbing brush doing all the landing from one side to the other. And in the scrubs in them days, C wing was the biggest wing in Europe, the longest, and you had to go from one side to the other. It'd take you all morning to go from that end to this end, maybe 4 or 5 of you, yeah? Squares at a time. Maybe not even be able to do that, maybe able to do it twice a day, yeah? Twice in one day. And the next day you've got to polish it with big buffers. I want you all watching this channel. Tell other people on channels, on your mates, to watch John Massey. It's not about views. It's not about views. It's not about things because LADBIBLE will get millions of views anyway from all around the world. It's a big, big concern, LADBIBLE. I'm just asking you to watch it, to watch LADBIBLE, to see what John Massey's gone through, yeah? It's the same one that I was on, right? It's the exact same one I was on before with Chrissy Lambiano from the Craze, yeah? But what he's done there is heartbreaking. It's got to me, mate. It brought tears to my eyes because what he went through, I went through. Maybe he went through it worse than me, or I went through it worse than him. But we've both been through that side of it. And to see now what they're doing about prison makes me feel sick. Makes me feel sick because it's not prison. It's not prison. This now is like a kindergarten. Prison now is like a kindergarten. Tellies, DVDs, everything you want. Everything, phones, everything. Everyone got phones in their cells now. I think in a way, of course it's better. No one wants to go back to that. But what I want is people to realise what it was like, what prison was really like, what they done to us, what they done to us in prison, what they done to us. And you know, like, they just, and you put in care homes and abused sexually, physically. Come on, please, watch it, mate. Watch it and get back to me on it, yeah? Because I feel so angry, you know. I feel so angry the way that they physically abused us. It doesn't matter. MPs in them days, military MPs were big men, powerful big men. A black suit with a blue shirt, yeah? Black uniform with a blue shirt, and the hats and the peaks used to come over their nose, yeah? Looking down at you. And they was all big men, big, powerful men. Even if they weren't big, they were short, stocky, powerful people that all they want to do is harm you. Harm you like you'd never before be harmed, yeah? It's a joke, I'm telling you. Watch it, mate. Bang Bang Rahal. I'm asking you again, please watch LADBIBLE and a guy called John Massey. Get back to me on it, yeah? Morning.